teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has one chaser and one evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into your Memorial Day edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here to bring you some great inspiration for some delicious recipes. Not only are we going to do some grilling outside, we're going to make some Rice Krispie treats, and we're going to introduce you to a festive beverage that you might want to make today, as well as introduce you to one fabulous local that we have here in the community who wrote a song 18 years ago to celebrate this holiday. We're going to take a look at that local weather forecast after Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
One of our incredible viewers 18 years ago wrote a song to celebrate Memorial Day, and it's called Say a Prayer for Our Soldiers. So we want to thank Kathy Morrow for sharing this with us. Let's hear it.
Say a prayer for our soldiers, keep them safe from harm's way. Say a prayer for our soldiers, for the courage and strength they display as they fight for liberty to protect democracy. We remember their sacrifice so dear when they face the enemy, so that you and I are free. Their duty and honor is so clear. Say a prayer for our soldiers as they leave their home for war. Say a prayer for our soldiers, so that freedom may always endure. May they soon return to shore, bringing peace upon our door. They're the pride and the promise of our are fighting a battle far away. When you say a prayer tonight, just remember those who fight. May they soon be coming home to stay. So we all pray for our soldiers, keep them safe from harm's way.
Good morning, Vail.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Take catch.
I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smokes. Jason can't even breathe right now. Look at him.
When a WPT title is within their grasp?
How sweet that is, baby!
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
Good morning, Vail.
If you're stepping outside later this afternoon into this evening to do some grilling, well then Tracy Miller from Colorful Cooking is going to take us out and teach us how the experts do it and give us some great tips and tricks and some recipes. So let's step outside with Tracy.
Just drying off my veggies because I did wash them, and I'm going to make a really nice salad today. And if you have a lot of moisture in your salad, then it's going to make the salad dressing and the lettuce kind of get a little bit too wet. So you don't want that. You don't want that last piece of salad bite just to be water. That would be gross, right? So today we are making chicken drumsticks, and we're going out on the grill to do that, and we're going to buffalo style them and then make a salad that is going to be a buffalo style salad as well. So it's like buffalo chicken but a little bit healthier, and it's something that you can cook outside and have a cool green salad with. So what we have for ingredients today: great green salad salad: romaine, carrots, celery, green onions, and cucumbers. We've got the chicken legs that we're going to be using today. We have some Frank's hot sauce and then some blue cheese because we're going to be making a blue cheese dressing to go with our buffalo chicken salad. So first things first, we need to head out to the grill. Grilling is one of my favorite ways to cook. Actually, I love cooking meat, veggies, fruit, everything on the grill. First of all, because you get to be outside, but also it's a pretty healthy way to cook because typically you are not using a lot of oil or a lot of sauces or anything like that. So let's head out to the grill with your chicken thighs, and I'll show you exactly how to prep them and exactly how to cook those. They take about 35 minutes to reach an internal temperature of 185, and they are bone-in chicken legs. So there's a little trick to cooking with bone-in. We'll see you at the grill. The grill is cranking. I've got it preheating at top speed, or the highest it can go. I like to have my grill really, really hot, especially when I put some meat on it. Okay, so today here we have our chicken legs. Oh, almost lost that one. We have our chicken legs. They're nice and juicy right now. So what we want to do is kind of dry them off a little bit. The drier that you get them, the better that skin is going to crisp up. So just kind of dry them up and make sure the skin is kind of like in order and flat across everything. Okay. A lot of times when you dry your meat, like if you're cooking a piece of fish or something and you want to get a little crust on it, it's nice to leave it out in the air or in the fridge without any saran wrap on it, because that saran wrap is going to hold the moisture. But if you want a crispy edge, you really need it to be nice and dry. So here we go. Get that skin over there. A lot of people like to use different kind of marinades and things like that. I take it pretty simple. So all we're going to do right now is cover every piece of chicken with a ton of salt and pepper. And this is a step that I want you to be careful in. With every time that you're doing meat, make sure you're covering that piece of chicken really nicely, because every bite counts. So why not make sure every bite has some nice seasoning? Like I said, my grill is cranking at 400. I am going to put the chicken right on the grill. A lot of folks like to oil their grill up. I just like to have a really hot grill. If you did want to put a little oil on your grill, then you should probably put a vegetable oil, something that can withstand a high heat. And be real careful, because you want to have that oil on your grill when it's hot. So one of my friends was just telling me a little trick that they do when they're oiling their hot grill, is they put a little bit of olive oil in a bowl, and then they cut an onion in half and stick a big fork in half the onion, put that onion in the olive oil, and then rub it all over their grill. I find like it's an unnecessary step, especially when you have something fatty like this chicken with the chicken skin on it, because what's going to happen is that fat is going to kind of lube up the grill a little, and you don't want to be flipping things on your grill when they're not ready. So you want it to be hot enough that it's going to flip nicely. This is going to take a little bit of time. We're going to keep the grill at a very high heat, and we're going to shut it down, and then just about every 5 minutes or so, you're going to flip your chicken over. That's going to make it cook evenly. What happens when you're cooking with meat with the bone in? It's going to take a little bit longer to cook versus just a chicken breast or a boneless chicken thigh or something like that. And you're going to have to start rotating it so that it gets cooked evenly around. So when you're cooking something with the bone in, always make sure you have a lot of space in between your items so that the heat goes up and around everything. Keep it at a nice high heat. We want it like right around 400 degrees or so. A lot of these grill temperatures don't work, so just know you want it hot. And you're going to stand here for 30-35 minutes. That's about as long as it's going to take to cook these to perfection, which is 185. Then that's going to take us a little bit of time. You'll be able to tell if it's too hot, maybe some of the fat's starting to burn, or you see little fires starting on your chicken, then turn it down a little bit. But basically, keep it cranked pretty much to the top, unless you have one of those super fancy grills. then think about 400. Because if you have a super fancy grill, then that thing works. So keep it at about 400. Every 5 minutes or so, we're gonna flip it. So what we're gonna do now is just kind of chill right here and show you as we start to flip things. But for what you should do, cover it up, keep it closed, don't keep it open, keep it closed, keep your lid closed, and then every 5 minutes you start to turn that. So we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes and show you the next step, and then we'll kind of keep going every 10 minutes so you can see what ours looks like, but you can do it on your own time too. Okay, so this is going to be our first flip, and actually I over-exaggerated the 5 minutes at first because I went and washed some dishes. So this is about 7 minutes or so. See how nice it comes off the grill? That's what you want. So that's starting to burn a little right there, so maybe I should have been back in 5 minutes, but that also means this is the hot spot. So we're going to kind of rotate these things around so that they're all getting nice and warm. All right, about 5 minutes. That was about 7 minutes or so. Come back in 5, flip it over again. And what we're going to do is flip it for 4 more times, so we'll be very close to the end next time I see you. We'll be right back. Okay, here we are. Been standing by the grill for about 35 minutes or so. Your chicken drumsticks should be cooked. You should have flipped them maybe 5 or 6 times. Again, don't get overzealous with the flipping. It's like some people are over stirrers when they're cooking veggies on the stovetop, and that ruins it. You want to get that sear. You want to let things sit for a little while and then flip them. We're flipping them so often because they have a bone in them, and they're going to take a little bit longer to cook for that reason. I have checked them already. They're at 185. Everything's getting nice and crispy, just like what we wanted with that skin. And I think it's time just to pull them off. So I'm just gonna pull all the chicken off. We're gonna make these buffalo style, and we're gonna make a nice fresh summer salad to go with them. So why don't you let everything burn off of your grill for a hot sec. Ha ha, really, literally for a hot sec. Let it burn off a little bit. We'll get these tossed with some buffalo sauce, and we'll get that nice fresh summer salad made so that we can have a really healthy meal.
Good morning, Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to
Mitch English and Andrea Jackson have co-hosted together for over a decade, and now, only on Daily Flash, they serve up a fast, fun, fresh perspective on the day's trending news and entertainment. Daily Flash offers the latest in pop news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, wellness, and even some unscripted, irreverent, who knows what's next fun. Daily Flash with Mitch English and Andrea Jackson, trending news and entertainment.
I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I?
Yes,
I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals now. Check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Good morning, Vail.
Tracy Miller always makes me very hungry with her delicious recipes. Now, you can find some more of her recipes on Colorful Cooking's website, but we're going to step inside and learn how to make a delicious sauce for the chicken that we just grilled. So let's see what sauce she's making.
All right, I'm just coarsely chopping up the celery and the carrots. And you know, every time you order buffalo chicken wings, what do you get with it? Celery and carrots. So I thought, hey, why not enjoy those with our salad today? Plus, I'm a huge carrot fan, and they are so delicious and in season right now. I love celery as well, but celery happens to be one of the dirty dozen. Do you know what that is? That is 12 different veggies that you should really buy organic, because what happens is celery has a lot of water in it, so any of the nutrients that are going into the soil, they're going into your celery as well. Things with like a thick skin, like an avocado or a banana, you can typically buy those conventional if you want, but the thin-skinned veggies, fruits, you really want to buy those organic, and celery happens to be one of them. Okay, so I have celery and cucumber, and I actually have a conventional cucumber, so I did peel it, because when you get the English cucumbers and they come in the plastic, those are pretty nice and their peel isn't that bitter, so you can enjoy those, but the conventional ones, you just kind of want to peel because they do put like a waxy film on that. Okay, so we have our veggies all chopped up. We have our romaine, and then we have our chicken. In order to make this buffalo, and I'm going to tell you what, I have tried to make my own hot sauces millions of times, and I love a buffalo chicken salad. I actually love chicken wings as well. Try not to eat them that much because they are higher in fat, especially since we kept the skin on. But what I try to do is just try to make it as healthy as possible. That's why we're siding it with a salad, and we're using the bigger chicken legs too, so you're gonna get more meat under there, and that's gonna be a dark meat, so it's gonna have more flavor, it's gonna have more fat. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is take a bowl and get your Frank's Red Hot. I'll tell you what, like I said, I've tried many different hot sauces, and I have tried to make my own, and this one really, it's a favorite. It's a favorite of mine, and it's easy, and sometimes you just have to take those easy steps. You're definitely gonna get like a little more sodium and preservatives in something like this, but it lasts, so you can keep this in your cabinet and use it for other things, and it has a really, really nice flavor. So what we do now is we coat those in the bowl, and just make sure you're covering them. If I had another set of gloves, I would probably just use my hands for this, but I feel like they're kind of far away, so I'm not going to go get them. Okay, so we're going to let those sit right there for a minute and get our salad going. I'm going to put the salad right on the plate that I had the chicken on, because first of all, if there were some nice flavors, like some juices on there, that would make everything taste really, really good. This lettuce looks awesome. I'm just going to cut off the bottom. I don't wash my lettuce, I just make sure it's not dirty and wipe it off with a paper towel. Because going back to earlier when we started this class and I told you, hey, you don't want wet lettuce. I mean, if you're going to take the time to wring it out in one of those salad wringers, definitely do that. But otherwise, you can just get most of the dirt off this way. And if you feel worried that you're going to have any kind of contaminants on it or anything like that, wash it off and then dry it off with a paper towel. And that's a nice, easy thing to do with romaine, because it's got, you know, the boats where you can just kind of get right in there. Okay, another thing I like to do is chop my lettuce, because I don't like to rip it, because it kind of starts to bruise it, and you don't want bruised lettuce on your salad. Romaine is so healthy and so good for you. I love it. It's just crispy and delicious. So here we go. We've got that, and we've got all our nice veggies, and I'm just going to put on top. I mean, this is going to be a filling meal, and it's going to be pretty light and super healthy as well. I read one time, carrots happen to be one of my favorite foods, no matter what, always have been. But I read one time, nobody ever got fat from eating a carrot stick. So pile it up with those carrot sticks because they're going to be nice and delicious and good for you. I'm just going to chop a little bit of green onion right now. And you can use the whites and the greens depending on how much you want. This is nice because these spring onions are so good during the spring and they're so good all through the summer. Actually, I use these quite a bit even in the winter because they're just a little more mild than some other onions are. Okay, so we're going to put those on the top at the end, but right now we are going to make our salad dressing. And what I noticed is that I didn't bring a jar. A lot of times I like to make a salad dressing with a jar. So I'm here in the studio and we have a nice wine glass and a plastic fork. So we are going to work with what we have here. Here is how you make salad dressing. Basically, you start with some olive oil. So I'm going to put in 1 part olive oil. And then you have an olive oil and something acidic. So we're going to use about a half a part, and all these measurements are in your recipe book, of white wine vinegar. We are going to use ample salt and pepper because this is what's giving us its flavor, although I'm going to sprinkle a little on the salad. And then we are going to use a bunch of blue cheese. We can sprinkle a little bit of the blue cheese right here on the salad as well. You could use feta if you wanted to too. So finish that up right there and then just stir it up really nicely. Seriously, it's that simple, my friends. That is our blue cheese vinaigrette. Look how delicious it looks. Okay, so we've got that nice and kind of stirred up. You can put it in your blender too if you really like your blue cheese chunks to be kind of not so chunky. Okay, so now we have our salad. I'm going to bring it right up here nice and close. I feel like I'm having a glass of wine with my summer salad. I kind of wish I was doing that. All right, let's get our chicken and make sure it's nice and covered with that Frank sauce. And we're going to put just a couple pieces right here on top. Let me get one of those. So it's going to be a messy one. If you're taking this on a picnic or out onto your patio, make sure you have a lot of paper towels. Now I'm going to sprinkle it with a little bit of green onion. I don't know why, I just feel like I always have to have green onion on my chicken legs. Don't forget, those are at 185 for temperature. We've got our really light sauce, and we're just going to pour that right on top. So like I said, this can be enjoyed when it's nice and when it's warm outside and you want to have things at room temperature. You can always bring this for a picnic. Just make sure you put your chicken in a cooler and keep it cool and don't let it get to a weird temperature. But you can really enjoy it when it's at a room temperature. So if you did want to take this on a picnic, it would be a nice healthy meal for you. That chicken skin is not going to be the healthiest part, of course, but the meat in there is going to give you a lot of protein, and the salad is plentiful and fresh. And this is what we made today. I hope you got some good grilling tips. Grilling with a bone, you just have to keep on flipping it, keep flipping it. You can also bake your chicken thighs if you want to, or your chicken legs if you want to. You would just put them in the oven at 400 degrees, and again, you'd be flipping them and rotating them every 5 to 7 minutes or so.
Good morning, Vail.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks. We also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Good morning, Vail.
A segment that we love here is the craft corner. So we're going to step into the craft corner and we're going to make a festive drink for today's holiday. That way you can learn how to make it at home.
Hi, welcome to Craft Corner. I'm here with Chloe. Chloe's going to be showing me a fun little 4th of July drink today. It's a, do you have a name for it?
4th of July.
4th of July. Creative.
Thank you.
And it's kind of like a mocktail situation, right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it. We have some right here.
So we are going to be making these cool ombre drinks.
Great, in these patriotic colors. That's
Yes.
so fun.
Red,
Okay.
white, and blue.
Perfect. Well,
All right, it's really simple, really easy, really fun. Let me show you how. So first, you want to take a measuring cup and
perfect.
You want a red drink. We are using Fanta. You can also use cherry 7-Up or any other good red drinks that you want. And it depends. You pour some in here. It depends on how much, depending on your cup size. And that's basically just your cup size, or if you don't like Fanta, you don't have to do that much.
Perfect.
Then we have this rose grenadine. This basically just helps it stay at the bottom and also adds some good flavor.
Some nice cherry flavor. Okay, we got a cherry strawberry situation so far. Nice.
And that's the next. All you do is you just pour it into your glass.
Okay, yeah. And both of these glasses are pretty full of ice.
Yes.
So is that just, you know?
That's just for aesthetic reasons.
Okay, yeah.
Really.
So you want like a pretty full glass of ice to
Yes.
start. Okay, perfect.
And then you can mix them up too.
Okay, perfect. So I'll do my strawberry. How much did you do? Did you kind of just...
I honestly just guessed, because if you don't do enough, you can just add more.
That's
If you
true,
do
and I
too
guess
much-
it all depends on like how much you want of each color, you know?
Yeah.
And
if
how
you-
big your cup is.
If you do too much, you just don't have to pour it all in the cup.
It's true.
There's not much room to mess up here.
Well, that's what you say, but you never know. Okay,
True.
so I added the grenadine.
All right.
And I guess you can kind of do the proportions however you want. You know, I did a little less cherry. I don't love cherry, so you know.
I like cherry.
Kind
I
of
added a lot.
Up to you. Okay, so I'll pour it in.
Yeah.
Ooh, watching it go down the ice is so nice.
You want to fill up a third of the cup.
Looks like a third
We're
to
doing
me.
3 colors. Next, we are adding lemonade for our white.
Okay.
So this one, you don't need one of these just because you can pour it straight from the bottle because you're not mixing anything into it.
Perfect.
And this one, this is basically our white.
All right.
In the American flag. This
Oh yeah,
one,
it kind of makes the red a little less strong.
yeah, and,
okay.
and it doesn't, this one doesn't layer quite as much as the blue and red, but it'll still add a lighter color and good flavors.
Okay, perfect. Is that enough? Should I add a little more?
Up to you.
I'll do a little more. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, perfect.
So lastly, we are going to pour the blue in. And this one, you can just use any blue drink.
Got some Hawaiian punch.
We have some Hawaiian punch.
Nice.
And for this, you want to pour on top slowly and carefully. So I'm going to pour some in here just because it's easier to pour little amounts at a time if it's in one of these.
Yeah, and I guess you don't want it to mix too much, right?
Yeah.
You got to be kind of careful.
If you pour it fast, it will mix and look purple.
Okay.
So we are going to just pour a little bit at a time.
Oh, nice and slow.
Nice and
beautiful.
slowly, and you can see it.
Yeah, it kind of it doesn't, when you pour it in slowly, it kind of stays away from the red. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Wow.
Now you can do yours.
Okay, perfect. Wow, that turned out so pretty.
Yes.
I love the
Isn't it
bright
so
colors,
pretty?
really patriotic.
It's so festive, and it looks so pretty.
I feel like it'd be
I
so
love it.
refreshing too if you're spending the day outside.
A hot summer day. We also have some cherries.
Oh,
we
cute.
can add.
Top it
I'm
with
gonna
some
add some
cherries. Okay. I'll add my blue carefully. Oh my gosh, this is kind of intense. I'm a little nervous. Oh, look at that.
That looks so pretty.
Oh
I
my
love the
gosh,
ombre.
This is adorable. This would be so cute too if you're having like a themed party or something for the holiday. Look at that.
It'd be so pretty.
Everyone would be so impressed with your skills. But
yeah,
it's just like
'cause
pouring 3 drinks
they look
into a
really
cup.
hard. It looks really hard and fancy to make.
I know. I feel like
But
I'm
it's
like
not.
a barista right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's beautiful. Should we drink it? Is it?
Do you want to try some? I mean, it's just a bunch of soda. So.
Wow. Well, it's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for showing me this drink.
Of course.
It's great for the 4th of July. So try this out at home. If it looks good to you, you can put your own twist on it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Have a happy 4th, and we'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Check your local listings.
Next up, we've got a special duo from 2 of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
The songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at leadvillerailroad.com.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
Good morning, Vail.
If you're looking for something that's going to make the kiddos happy at home, well then we've got some festive Rice Krispie treats that you can make. And we're going to step into the kitchen and give you the best recipe for the Rice Krispie treats. So let's take a look.
We are coming up on a holiday weekend and the start of summer barbecues and festivities. So I'm so excited. I'm going to show you a classic dessert treat, and we're going to put a little bit of a festive holiday twist to it. So we are making Rice Krispie treats from scratch. Believe it or not, this is probably going to be the easiest recipe you'll try and execute all summer long and beyond. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do, we have Rice Krispie treats, we have butter, so you want salted butter because, you know, salt and sweet, you want to make sure that it's a nice balance there, and then marshmallow puffs. And then if you don't have, you know, sprinkles or colored Rice Krispie treats, you can use whatever sprinkles that you want to. So we are going patriotic red, white, and blue to kick off the summer season because Memorial Day is coming up, and so is the 4th of July. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to open up our Rice Krispie treats, and we need 5 cups of Rice Krispie treats. What you'll need is a separate mixing bowl, a hot pan, and we're going to go ahead and get this turned on to about medium heat. What we're going to do from there is cut up our butter, melt our marshmallows, and then pour it all over our Rice Krispie treats. It is literally the easiest recipe you'll make all summer. Your friends and family are going to love it, and they're way better for you, relatively speaking, than what you would buy at the store already made. So we're going to pour it in. You need about, I'd say 5 cups, but I can kind of estimate here what that looks like. We're just pouring those 5 cups in there. Looks good to me. And then again, you know, measurements don't have to be exact on this recipe. You can add as much or as little as you want to. So our pot is heating up. We've got our dry Rice Krispie treats, and then you need about 4 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to go ahead and cut it. And what's great about sticks of butter, you can actually see all of the tablespoon marks right along there. So we're going to cut it right on the line where it says 4 tablespoons. And then we're going to chop it up and dice it into smaller pieces just so that it melts a little bit easier. But keep your butter out because we're going to need this in a minute. So once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and cut this butter up really quickly. And we're just going to melt it down. When you cut it, it makes it easier so it melts faster. And then we're going to add in our marshmallows and we're going to stir it all together, and it's just going to be great. All right, the butter is cut. The butter is in the pan. You can tell that the pan is nice and hot. My hands are going to be covered in butter here in a second. But we're just going to go ahead and stir this butter down. You don't want to burn the butter. You know, there's this whole brown butter trend. We don't want it to be brown. We don't want to burn it. So once you get your pan nice and hot, you can kind of reduce that heat a little bit just to get it going. While it's doing that, while it's melting down, I'm going to go ahead and open up my marshmallows. And you can use about 10 ounces of marshmallows, or as our lovely summer intern has told me, you need about 1 cup and a quarter cup to equate about 10 ounces. What you can also do though is just kind of, again, measure it as much as you need to. Big fan of the scissors in the kitchen. It just makes life a lot easier so marshmallows don't go flying everywhere. So the butter is looking great. We're just going to stir it up a little bit more. I just want to make sure it's completely melted before I start folding in the marshmallows. Looks good to me. I love the smell of butter, of melted butter. It reminds me of pancakes growing up when I was a kid. Every Saturday, my dad would make pancakes for us, hot on the griddle. And you know, you could smell that butter on the griddle and you knew pancakes were being served up. So I just love summer memories and growing up and just certain sights and sounds and smells that remind me of wonderful times in my life. All right, we're going to go ahead and pour about 1 cup of marshmallows into our pan. Again, you just need about a medium saucepan, and we'll kind of fold it in gradually because it'll take a minute to melt down. So you want to basically melt them about 75% of the way. Looking good. Butter's looking good. We're going to add in these marshmallows. Also looking good there. Just going to toss them all in. So that was about a cup of marshmallows in here right now. And then we're going to add a little bit more, because why not? I like mini marshmallows. One of the fun things that I like to do when I'm making this recipe is actually throw some in at the very last second, because it's fun to have like little marshmallow like bits in your Rice Krispie treat so it's not fully melted. All right, looking good. I can tell that it's starting to melt. Nothing better than marshmallows. You know, marshmallows are really just all they are sugar, which is pretty great. And just kind of stir it down. You can tell that it's starting to become a little bit more liquidy. You can also use your spoon or your spatula or your stirring stick, whatever you're using, to make this to kind of smash down those marshmallows. There we go. It looks good. So pretty soon here, we're going to actually remove it from the heat in a second and then just dump it over our Rice Krispie treats. And that is the easiest part there. All right, looking good. I'm going to turn this heat off. All right, we're going to go ahead and just let it cool a little bit, but not too much, because you still want it to kind of liquidate so that it can be poured over these Rice Krispie treats. All right, looking good to me. I'm pouring it all in there. Great. Nothing beats butter and sugar combination. I don't know about you, but that's one of my favorites. So we're just going to go ahead and stir this up, and whoops if you accidentally spill Rice Krispie treats all over the counter. But looking good. All right, so we're going to keep on stirring it in here, just like that. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a few more extra marshmallows, because why not? It'll just kind of melt. It'll be in there. It'll be hot. It'll be great. You know what I love about Rice Krispie treats as well? You can actually like put in whatever you want to. Sprinkles, you can do chocolate, whatever it is. All right, looking good. All right. So as you can see, you can add more of the marshmallowy mix if you wanted to. Depends on how sticky you want it to be. Now this is the fun part. My hands are about to get really dirty here. So we're going to take the butter. You're going to butter your hands really, really well. This is the fun part. He's never said he didn't have to rub it all in butter. So I'm just buttering my hands because this is going to get so sticky here in a second. And I've got two fun cutouts. We're going to actually put some butter on the inside of our cutouts as well, because look at that. Look at how slimy my fingers are this morning, you know. You're not cooking if you're not getting messy. That's what I always say. All right, so we've got two different ones. So we've got a ribbon for the holidays to honor, you know, those who have served, those who have fallen. We really appreciate all that they've done. Very patriotic here in TV8. And then we've got our stars, because stars are patriotic and fun as well, and great summer symbol. So we've got both of these here. What we're going to do is our hands are now coated in butter, so it's not sticky. You're just going to take your Rice Krispie treat. You're going to shove it into your cookie cutout, and you're just going to make a nice shape there. This is going to be fun. I say fun, debatable. Sticking it all in there. Or if you don't have time to do the cookie cutout, you can always just put it flat on your parchment paper, and then we can add some sprinkles to it. So we're working on it. Or if you wanted to, you can also just do it completely flat and then just use the cookie cutter as normal. This is not my favorite way to do it, but it's the easiest way to do it. And then you just kind of like let them set. I would always throw them maybe into, hands are really messy here. I would throw them into the fridge just to let them set and cool down a bit and let them all kind of gel together. But then one of the other things that I want to do is add a little bit of fun sparkle. So we're going to go ahead and cut these sprinkles, cut them open. I'll make a ribbon here in a second, but I want to mix up these sprinkles so that we've got all of the colors, red, white, and blue, because summer season is upon us. Looking good there. You know, it's fun. I know my birthday's in the summer, so I'm just so excited because I do all of the fun things in the summertime. You know, all of the lakes, all of the hiking, all of the rivers, floating, whatever you want. It's the best time of year. I say that. I also really love winter too, but it's one of my favorites. All right, so we've got that mixed. I'm going to go ahead and just shape this star up a little bit better. And then what you can do is just sprinkle it just like that. Just add some sprinkles to it. And then there we go. Boom. We've got a 4th of July, Memorial Day, whatever holiday you want to celebrate star. I'm going to go ahead and also make another one for this ribbon that we've got here. Now we could probably add a little bit more of this marshmallow butter mixture if we need to, if it seems like it's not sticking together that well. Again, whatever you want to do, you don't have to have exact measurements. It's really one of those great recipes where you can just throw it together and try what you want to. All right, we'll go ahead and push this one out. I don't know if this shape is gonna like it as much as the stars, but there we go. Kind of looks like ribbon, also looks like a bunny rabbit, but you know what? It is what it is. Great for any holiday season. We'll add some sprinkles to it to celebrate our fun, patriotic holidays coming up. Stay tuned. We've got a lot more on the show. We're going to be talking about wild seafood and how you can really make sure that you are eating and shopping sustainably. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Tune in Saturdays at 5 p.m. for Offbeat Cinema, where the coffee is always hot and the movies are oh so cool. Find us on Xfinity Channel 92 or on our website at tv8vail.com.
Good morning, Vail.
We had a chance to chat with celebrity chef Jamie Gwynn on some great tips and tricks on hosting during the holiday season. Now, if you're someone who maybe has to bring a lot of people over, well, she's going to give us some shortcuts that you're going to want to use. So let's hear what she has to say.
Chef Jamie Gwynn here to kick off summer. Do you love summer salads? Well, then look no further. This red, white, and blue gorgonzola salad is perfect for Memorial Day. I start with Fresh Express sweet butter lettuce, add fresh fruit and festive colors like strawberries, blueberries, and pears, paired with a mix of gorgonzola and mozzarella cheese, and then topped with a light raspberry vinaigrette. It is so good. Fresh Express offers more than 100 varieties of fresh, healthy, convenient, ready-to-eat salads available in the produce section of your favorite grocery store, making it easy to entertain all summer long. Now, I like to have a really simple, delicious, plant-based offering for my guests, and one of my favorite ingredients to include is California-grown prunes from Sunsweet. This is a prune and goat cheese bruschetta that is delicious. California grown prunes are a really good source of vitamins and minerals, helping maintain bone and heart health and keeping you feeling full. In fact, research suggests that eating 5 to 6 prunes each day may help prevent bone loss and improve risk factors for heart disease and inflammation. Prunes serve as a great substitute for unhealthy fats or sugars in everyday recipes. I throw them into my morning smoothie. They definitely increase your health benefits without losing any flavor. You've got to try this recipe. Now, to give my guests a refreshing drink, it's never been easier. This is the new versatile K-Iced brewer from Keurig. It brews both delicious iced coffee and full-flavored hot coffee from one machine. One push of the blue brew over ice button, the K-Iced coffee maker automatically adjusts the brew temperature for that balanced iced coffee that never tastes watered down. They have the first of its kind as well, an iced refresher available, strawberry acai and pineapple passion fruit, both so refreshing. They're bursting with sweet fruit flavors. This is how you stay cool in that hot summer heat. And last but not least, summer cookouts are never complete without Bush's baked beans. I grew up on them. I love them. My mom adds her signature twist and I add mine. I added brisket, burnt ends, smoked bacon, and barbecue sauce. That's how you kick off cookout season. Whether it's the original, the brown sugar hickory, or the flavor you love, Bush's baked beans are the perfect pairing for any cookout and the perfect side dish for a good time. You should try Bush's zero sugar added baked beans, featuring that iconic flavor that you love without the added sugar as well. Whether you're serving them directly from the can or you add your own spin, they are incredibly versatile, and that's how you enhance your cookout. For more information, visit dailylounge.com, and here's to good eating.
We want to thank you so much for tuning in to your Memorial Day edition of Good Morning Vail. Make sure that you tune in each and every day to get all of the great information about things taking place in and around our community. Now try these recipes at home because you're not going to be sad about them. All of them were incredibly delicious. And again, a huge shout out to Kathy Morrow, who made that song 18 years ago for this very special day. We'll see you tomorrow for another great edition of Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often